Imagine having the power to instantly see the financial health of your business at a glance, guiding every decision with confidence and clarity. In today's lesson, we will unlock that power using Sage 50, a tool that simplifies financial reporting to transform your business. Welcome to today's lesson, where you will learn to generate key financial reports like a pro, no matter where you are on your accounting journey. Now, before we go into Sage 50, this happens to be Module 5, and the lessons is very important. The reason is because the endpoint of every accounting process is reporting. So there is a need for efficient financial reporting and analysis in your organization. So the first report we'll be talking about is the income statement, our profit and loss statement. So if you are looking at my screen, you will see below by your left here we are having income statement. And if you're looking at the top, you will see balance sheet, which is a statement of financial position, and as well as the cash flow statement. So right now, let's go over to Sage 50 as we look into this. Whenever you want to generate any of the key financial reports here in Sage 50, you have to go to the reports menu and click on that menu. You will then find list of reports. So you have to come to the financial statement, which comes before inventory. Click on it. When you look in here, we have the balance sheet, the cash flow, we have the income statement. So these three are the key financial reports. I was talking about the income statement, which is important. And when you click and open that very report, you have to select the time frame. Either you want to go with range. Range means from period 1 to period 2, month 1 to month 2, thereabouts. So but if we want everything, you will just say current period. Then we'll click on OK. And this is what we have. So this is our profit and loss for the 1 month ending January 31st, 2024. This for current month and this for year to date. Now, what is a profit and loss statement? A profit and loss statement is a financial report that summarizes the revenues, which you can see here, and also costs, which you can see here, and also expenses, which you can see over here, incurred during a specific period. It shows whether your company is making a profit or operating at a loss. In other words, it's the heartbeat of your business. You ask me, sir, why does this matter? And I will tell you why it matters. The first reason is what I call profitability measurements. Now, the profit and loss gives you a snapshot of how your business is performing. And by that, it's helping you measure your performance. Secondly, when we talk about planning for growth, the profit and loss helps in budgeting and forecasting by comparing actual performance with your projections. Do you know that this profit and loss also helps you attract investors? Yes. A healthy profit and loss shows potential investors your business is worth backing. So this is the step on how to generate your profit and loss in Sage 50. Open your Sage 50 software. Like I said, come over to the reports menu. Scroll down, select financial statements. Choose income statements. And after selecting income statements, choose the date range you want to analyze. So you come over, select range. You scroll down, maybe I want from period 1, 1st of January, to, can say, down to 31st of December. So if I click OK, you can now see that the total expenses we have here, I hope you can see this. The total expenses we have here have also reduced, right? Good, because this is for the whole year. And you can see total expenses, you can see the net income. So once you're okay with this, if you want to customize this layout, you can go through your setup. Then you can say, okay, let me change the paper type. Let me make this to the landscape like this. So whichever way you can use the design to change the layout. You come over here, the text header. This is the text header, how you want it to be structured. You cut off and all of that. So once you're done with all this, you can preview this again. Maybe you want to adjust. You click on preview and adjust. You say, okay, you can print it using the print option here. You can extract this in PDF. You click on the PDF option here. Once you do that, it will take it to PDF. So you now have to save it. So you can say PL. So just be sure of where you kept it. So if I've done this, I now have to come and search for it on my system. So I can say P just to look for it towards where I have it saved. So let's go and resave this. This is it here. So always choose a good location that will make it easier for you. So we can just call it PA and L. So we have saved this on our desktop and I can click on this. Can go to my file explorer. So I want us to open it. So please, whenever you are saving it in PDF file, please always ensure it's in portrait format, not landscape. This is what I mean. The one we actually extracted, you can see how it's being displayed in portrait format. And this is making it look complex. So instead of having such, come over to your setup, change it to portrait. It was in landscape, change it to portrait, and then click OK. So we are going to extract it in PDF again. And also for extracting this to Excel, you can also click on Excel. But let's be done with this. So we'll say income statements. Sage 50. Income statements. All right, so I'll go down to my file explorer and we'll look for it. This is it. So when we open it, you can see how it's also displaying. still not looking accurate. Now, the reason is because of the adjustments we did. So that's the reason why you need to learn and take notes so you don't make wrong adjustments. So go back to that setup. If you recall, we came here and we changed it to this format. You can see it. So what you're going to do, use the first, which is the 57 times 90 mm. That's the normal size. Then you click on your OK. So we'll go and also extract it again. So now, if we go back to open it, okay, I think it's saving. Have we saved it? PDF. Income statements 2024. Let's change the location to documents. Okay, I think it's trying to save up. All right, so this is exactly what you have to do. And you will be able to get it up. Then for Excel, you want to extract it, come over, click on Excel. It brings this up, create a new Microsoft Excel workbook. You say, okay. So when you are coming over to, when you generate the report, there is no need of you coming to the setup button. So you don't scatter the structure it already has. It's already in a normal structure. So leave it that way, except if you want to make those adjustments. Then there is no problem. You can carry out those adjustments. So this is the reports which have been extracted to Excel. So you can see your revenues. You can see everything is here. This is your total revenue. And this is your gross profits. You also scroll down. This is your total expenses. And this is your net income. This is your total cost of sales. So you can now go through and adjust it. Okay. So this is how we generate a detailed profit and loss report that you can print or export to Excel or PDF. If you want to print, you choose print. Ensure your printer is connected so you can then click OK. So for whatever business you might have, this is how we do it. This very case study, which is on Mira Global Limited. We know when we started that Mira Global is a growing organization and regularly reviews its profit and loss statements to track its earnings and plan future expansions. And by focusing on trends found here in revenue and cost, they can optimize their spending and make data-driven decisions that fuel sustainable growth. Same way your business can also do that. So this is important. So we'll come over and click close. Do you want to save this? You say yes. It will now bring up a box. So you give it a name, call it income statements. If it's monthly, you say for January. Okay. But here we are saying 2024. So that's all. You can provide a report description. You click on save. So you have just been able to save that very report. So that way you'll be able to access it whenever you need it. All right, so the next report will come over to our financial statement is the one we call the balance sheet, statement of financial position. Now we know that balance sheet is the old nomenclature. Okay, the new nomenclature is statement of financial position, but Sage 50 still uses balance sheet. So what is a balance sheet? A balance sheet is a financial snapshot of a company at a specific point in time. It provides a detailed view of three ingredients. So let me open it. So when we double click on balance sheets, it brings you back here. Set up your range. You can say for current period, that's fine. You come down, click on OK. Now I was saying that the balance sheet provides a detailed view of three ingredients. The first ingredient is your assets. So you can see here, you have your assets, right? Your total assets given to you. The second ingredient is what we call liabilities. So if you also look below, you see where you have your current liabilities, long-term liabilities, you see them here, right? Good. And the third ingredient happens to be your equity, which shows what the company owns. So the balance sheet shows what the company owns and owes. You ask me, sir, why this matters? And I will tell you why it matters. That it matters because it helps you understand financial position. It shows whether your company has enough assets to cover its liabilities. When we talk about financial health, the statement of financial position, the balance sheet, helps investors and creditors assess the company's financial stability. When we talk about strategic decision-making, it is this same report that gives management a clear understanding of the company's net worth. So this is the step to generate a balance sheet in Sage 50. You come over to your Sage, you go to your reports menu, select financial statements, select balance sheets, select the date range, click OK. Most commonly, the date range might be the end of the current month or year. So whatever way you're doing it, ensure to picture that the end, beginning to the end of the current month or year. You see it here, from to. Then you click on your OK. Once you do this, you will now have it. So if you want to extract it to PDF, PDF. If you want to extract it to your Excel. If you want to email it, you want to print it, you want to save it. Okay, and you can also trace. Maybe you want to know how come we're having 114 million for inventory travel packages. You can double click on that amount. The zoom button will take you to the source. Is this not awesome? So for a company like Mira Global Services Limited, what this balance sheet does for them is that the balance sheet allows the company to keep track of its inventory, to assess loan obligations, and also to ensure that they have sufficient assets to fund future projects. And by consistently reviewing the balance sheet, they will maintain a strong financial foundation. So this report is a key report you must know how to generate. The last, but not the least, is the cash flow statement. Let's talk about it now. So how do we generate that of the cash flow? To generate the cash flow statement, first, navigate to the report menu. After navigating to the report menu, then select financial statements. After selecting financial statements, out of the list, choose cash flow statements. This is it. This here, the third cash flow statement. You can see the first we have here is the one we saved. The first we have here is the income statement we saved. So that's how it will appear, so that you can always open it instead of going through the other steps. So anytime you save any of your accounts, it appears here. Any of your reports, it appears for you, making it easier for you to access it. So, but we are talking about cash flow. So this is it. Double click on it and define the date range. So you come here, you define your date range. So we can say current period. Then you come down and click on what? Okay. So you can now see our cash flow. Now, what is the cash flow statement? The cash flow statement tracks the cash coming into and going out of your business. And if you can see here, you find out that it highlights cash flow from operating activities. It highlights investing activities, and also below, it highlights financing activities, providing critical insights into liquidity and cash management. You ask me, sir, why it matters, and I'll tell you that it matters because it helps you monitor liquidity. And by monitoring liquidity, the cash flow statement ensures you have enough cash to cover daily operations and unexpected expenses. You ask me, sir, why it matters, and I will tell you it matters because it helps you improve cash management. By that, it helps identify cash flow trends so you can plan for upcoming needs. And that's the reason why in Sage 50 also went further to provide a particular feature called the Analysis Manager, especially for your cash flow. We have talked about that during one of our previous lessons, where we saw how you can keep track of your expected cash and expected cash you will pay out upcoming and all of that. Even when we go into financial planning, investors closely monitor cash flow to ensure companies have the liquidity to survive and thrive. So this is crucial, very important. So same way you can extract it to PDF, Excel, you can email it, you have the option to print. You can also save it, so you don't have to pass through stress when trying to open it. So for a company like Mira Global Services Limited, our case study for this training, Mira Global will use this cash flow statement to track payments from customers and manage expenses like rents, expenses like salaries and vendor payments. And by maintaining positive cash flow, they ensure smooth operations and avoid borrowing. So this is very important. So therefore, we'll be rounding up this very lesson, and I want you to understand this, as all of these are important. So for the aspect of customizing, you don't actually need to go to setup to do that. Ignore it so you don't choose a wrong size, okay? So if the size is not okay when you're trying to print, look for the right size for it, so you can be able to have a good document for whatever you're doing here, and that's important. So in your Sage, it will always be in the accurate size, so let it to be, so you can be able to extract or print out your document. So Mira Global is happy, and I'm sure you're also excited, as we have almost come to the end of this course. Sage 50 takes the complexity out of financial reporting, putting the tools for powerful financial analysis at your fingertips. So whether you're a beginner or a seasoned business owner, mastering these key reports, the income statements, profit and loss statements, the balance sheets, of financial position and cash flow statements will ensure you have a clear picture of your company's financial health. Remember, financial data is your company's most valuable asset, so you must learn to harness it with Sage 50. So please go through all other reports, see what you can do on them, and I can assure you that you will lead your business to long-term success. Thank you, and see you in the next lesson.